Yeah, if I were a cursing man, I would say some curse words. Well, with that, come with me. Let's get it done. We got about, I don't know, the wind blows a lot. So 3 inches of snow there and about a lot over there. And as you can see, I've been piecemeal attacking the snow. I'd say right there that's over a foot, or probably just about a foot. And this is a how's it doing on my GENERAC blah blah 32. I don't know what it is. Kind of frustrated with it right now. So well, I don't have a very good opinion. Can't even shovel. What is that? 5 inches? Now I just noticed this on my garage floor. That went through the front end of this. And that's why the left side stopped working. Because I don't like to leave, if you notice, there's rust marks on my garage floor, and thankfully it's epoxied so it doesn't stain, but I still don't like it. So I tried to set it up on 2x4s, or 2x6s. Apparently the last time I did it, I lost track of where it was, and I ran it through the front end of my snowblower. And it chuted up pretty good before the shear pin broke. Got a good piece of it there, a couple good pieces of it there. So, and I never noticed. I did not hear anything. So, which is why I didn't know it was broken. I've got my snowblower tipped backwards, so that makes it nice. And let's see if I can do this and hold the microphone at the same time. Okay, so right here you can tell there's a drive. So this is the driving transmission thingy, and I got a drive here and a drive there. This bolt connects to the drive, and this bolt is the shear pin. So if I take this one, it's solid. This one totally spins. It's because that shear pin right there sheared off. And why did it shear off? He's looking awfully guilty with that big chunk missing out of him. So I guess I didn't see it, didn't pay attention to it, and I ran over it. So should be an easy fix. In fact, let's just pull that out and see by hand if I can. Yep. Okay, that's the issue. So I'll put a new shear pin in it, and we should be good to go. My friend is going to be bringing over his Honda snowblower. We'll get the specifics on it here. And we're going to have a little test between the two. So there is quite a bit of snow that needs to be chewed through. So we'll go up against the Honda. It's a Honda with a track drive and a 12 horsepower. It's the high-end Honda snowblower. And we'll compare it against the GENERAC. See how we do. I know this one's not going to do as well as the Honda, but it's also 1/3 the cost. So let's take a look. This is the Honda, let's see, it's the Honda HSS1332A, and it's track driven, as you can see, and we're going to compare it with the hydrostatic drive. We're going to compare it against the GENERAC up there. What do you want to tell us about it, Nathan?
Oh, it says 1332A, but it's actually a 1332ATD, which has the electric start. There's a version that doesn't have an electric start. This is the one that does have an electric start on it.
Okay.
It still does have a pull start if you need it, but the electric start is that
And do you use the electric start?
every time.
Okay, and it's with a battery, not a plug-in.
Yes, it's and the battery is a lifetime battery, so it's
Okay.
you don't have to do anything with it.
Okay, and it's 12 volt, I'm guessing, not a
Yeah.
6 volt. Okay, well, let's set it up and get going. His reverse is much faster than mine as well.
What I'm showing here is the ease with which the Honda goes through and gets a good clean scrape line, and the difficulty that mine goes through to try and keep up. Now, granted, this is the 2 foot of frozen slush and ice at the bottom of the driveway left over by the plow. But notice, first of all, the path of the Honda is much wider, but mine is going much slower. I'm getting stuck. The disadvantages of not having a track drive is you only have a little bit of snow, a little bit of traction on the snow, and I'm just doing the best I can here. Whereas Nathan with his track drive didn't have any trouble at all. And then stay tuned after this. I'm going to give a little bit of the pros and cons. Oh, let's have Nathan go up and chew this through this again. It's really awesome to see. The Honda is, I think he said he paid $3,400 for it, and I paid $1,100 for mine. So you're talking 3 times the cost. But we'll go through the pros and cons here, and you can make a buy or not buy decision based on what you see.
The chute director selector twirly knob broke off. I put it on 3 times. It didn't really break. It's just you've got a screw there. Let's see if I can focus on it. And it goes in, but it only goes in like, I don't know, what is that, 1/8 of an inch? So unless you've got Loctite on it, but it doesn't come with Loctite, and so it's worthless. The cable isn't secured in any way. This is the cable that directs the chute, and if you look closely, I wasn't paying attention to it, and it flopped up over on the other side of the muffler, so it's right here. And can you see what happened? It melted from the exhaust. So if this turns this way, see, this is what I'm going to try it. There, now you can see that it's right in front of the exhaust vent, and so it melts. And so you have to keep it over there, but there's no real nice way to keep that in, so it's bad. The light is LED, that's nice. It's got a switch on it, and the switches have little lights on the top so you can tell if they're on or not. But the placement of the light, this chute gets in the way.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the light doesn't really show because it gets in the way. That, and, well, not really that, but my chute is in the way. The light you're seeing is from my garage. So, what they should have done was put the light down there, or on there.
Is the oil drain. I don't know how I would get into that unless you're super mechanically inclined and have quite a bit of ability to hold it up. I mean, if you're a little old lady, I would not recommend changing the oil yourself. Yeah, just, I mean, I'll have to tip it, and then how do I get a thing in there? It'll just make a big mess. I guess what I could do is fabricate a thing, tip it the other way, tip it up, screw a thing in there with a hose on it. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. And then tip it the other way and let it drain out.
And that's a wrap. Now, before I forget, my wife is reminding me to say, please subscribe. Now, what I'm going to do from here is return my snowblower and then save up a couple $100 times 7 and get myself a good Honda. I think that's it for everything. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.